What is happening, everyone? Brian Mello here again over at Marty's Buick GMC, and in today's video we're going to take a look at this 2021 GMC Acadia AT4. Now this specific AT4 is in satin steel metallic paint with jet black leather interior and a tested MSRP of $45,840. We've got the 3.6-liter V6 under the hood, putting out 310 horsepower. And believe it or not, this is a 6-passenger vehicle. It being the AT4, we've also got the active torque control all-wheel drive system standard, as well as automatic emergency braking and traction select. As with most of my videos, I'm going to do a quick walk around the outside of this vehicle, show you some of the highlighted features there, and then once I'm done, we'll jump inside and show you what goes on inside as well. So let's get right into it. Now, first things first, can't not notice you've got the C-notched LED signature headlights. We've got fog lights down low. You can also see we've got our front parking sensors. We've got the AT4. Basically, it's like a black chrome finish, the same finish that you've seen around the fog lights, that black chrome grille with the red GMC logo centered. Looks really good. As we go around the side of this Acadia AT4, we get a look at the AT4 signature wheels. These are a black wheel, and they are, I believe, 17s. Let me just verify that. Yes. So it's a 255/65 R17 Continental tire. So it's actually a little bit more aggressive than you would see. You know, we're not talking, we're going to go rock climbing with this thing, but it is a little bit more of an aggressive tire than you would see on, say, an SLE, an SLT, or even the Denali. Personally, I'm a big fan of the look. I think it gives this SUV kind of a more muscular, masculine vibe, as opposed to, you know, you can see that's another AT4 over there. Do I have an SLT? So I do have an SLT. You can see it right there. Where the SLT looks a little bit more, you know, luxury line. You can see a Denali as well, more luxury. Where this looks more truck. No, this looks more, for lack of a better term, a manly vehicle, especially in this satin steel with black. Looks really good. Going around the side, you can see we've got our folding and heated mirrors with the marker indicators built right in. It is keyless entry, of course, so you can see that little button there. As long as you have your key fob handy, you'll be able to access the vehicle. Here's a look at your key fob. You've got your lock, your unlock, remote start, lift and lower the lift gate. I'm going to back up really quickly. Hopefully I can fit it all in between these trucks, give you just a nice little side profile. Once again, just a really masculine looking SUV, especially if you follow this body line all the way to the back. Looks a little bit wider, even though it really isn't. AT4 badging down there on the door. You do have your roof racks. And as we go around the back, you're going to see we've got dual exit exhaust. We've got, once again, the C-notch from the headlights kind of transitions over to the taillights, so you still can see that signature C design in the taillights. And if you're seeing a little bit of flicker there, as I've noted on a ton of my previous videos, it's just the way the camera picks them up. You've got rear parking sensors. You can see those right here in the bumper. Trailer tow package is all set up on this. You can see this little cover here is actually covering that up, and I believe the towing capacity on this is 4,000 pounds, but I'll verify that and put it in the video. You'll also see right underneath the GMC logo, the backup camera. We've got a rear wiper, and I think, I could be wrong, but let's see. I believe this one has the foot-activated liftgate. I might be lying to you. I'm lying to you. This one does not have the foot-activated liftgate. So let's just use the key fob and open her up. You can see in the back, I have one of the seats folded down. They fold down nice and flat. So if you need extra space back here to throw in luggage or carry a pet or Christmas gifts, I guess we're past that season now. Maybe it's beach gear. Maybe it's ski gear, whatever the case may be. You can fold down the seats. They fold nice and flat. And when you need to regain access, you can just grab right here. And that's going to lift the seat right back up. You do have a small storage compartment underneath the back. What you'd put in there, maybe like a tow recovery chain, maybe like a med kit, things like that. You also have a little bit of storage over here on the left side as well as the right. You've got a power outlet in the back in case you need it, and you do have some tie-down hooks if you need to put like a net over your cargo. And then this little slot, a lot of people ask me what that's for. You can put that bar which once again can like net over, or it's like a basically just like a cover that you can pull down to cover up your cargo. Obviously, there's not a ton of space back here, so how much cargo are you going to be putting in it? Who knows? If you do need more space than this, and you look at this and you're like, holy crap, no way, you may want to consider going up to something like a Yukon. I'm going to hit the button here on the back, right there, and down she goes. Probably also notice all the plastic hanging off all the trucks. We just got a whole bunch of new trucks delivered, so nice to see. The trucks are finally coming in. Here is a look at our window sticker. Of course, as I always mention, we are shooting this in 4K. You should be able to pause the video here and review everything that's on the window sticker. However, I'll highlight a couple of just quick things. Obviously, you can see it's 2021 Acadia all-wheel drive AT4. We've got the 3.6-liter V6 matched up to a 9-speed automatic transmission. The standard vehicle price, $41,100. You can see here we've added the dual skyscrape sunroof, perforated leather seating with the trailer package, and the satin steel metallic paint. $45,840 is the total on this one. 26 miles per gallon highway, 19 city, 21 combined. Let's take a look in the back. So here's your first look in the back seat of the 2021 AT4 Acadia. Should be no surprise, you've got the jet black leather interior and you've got the word that I can never pronounce, Calicari accents here. So you've got, let me just undo the seatbelt so it's easier to see. So you can see you've got the perforated leather, but then you've got this contrast Calicari, we'll just call it brown, or it's like a basketball leather kind of a look to kind of accent everything. Once again, we're giving it kind of like a rugged, off-roady type of a feel, and I think it does that quite well. Here's a look at your third row. This is 6-passenger, however, I think if with a little bit of force, you could fit a 7th back there. Up top, here's that skyscape dual roof that you saw on the window sticker. So we can open that up and our passengers can enjoy nature at its finest. You'll also notice back here, we've got our rear climate control system. We've got a full AC outlet, a USB and a USB-C. You're welcome, parents, because your kids can plug in and be quiet back here and not drive you crazy. I believe this has also got a small storage container and cup holders. I'm very glad that they have this, because a lot of times you just get the cup holders on the door, and I think anyone with kids knows what happens with the cup holders in the door. You hit a bump, or your kid jumps out, like this one right here. They put the cup in the door, get out, slam the door, what happens? Well, your drink's kind of everywhere in the interior. So it's very, very great. Try and get in the habit, if you buy one of these, to have your kids use that cup holder down there. I don't know why anyone still does door cup holders. It seems like every manufacturer still does, and they just don't really work all that well. Here's your first look at the front. Don't mind the dirt. I've been driving this thing around today. And God, is it a pain keeping things clean in the winter here in New England. All right. Now, as with most of my videos, as you all know, I am going to go through this interior relatively quickly, or try to go through it relatively quickly. At the end of the video, if there's anything that I didn't highlight that you wanted to see or that you didn't understand, whatever the case may be, drop a comment down below and I'll be happy to address that. So starting on the left, you can see we've got our jet black leather interior. We've got our black basketball, our brown basketball leather contrast stitching, power windows, power mirror controls, power door locks. Jumping over to the dash, you can see we've got our electronic parking brake. We've got the adjustment to increase or decrease the brightness of our gauge cluster. Up here on the steering wheel, we've got our forward collision alert. We've got our cruise controls. Right side of the steering wheel, we've got our hands-free dialing, volume on the back, and if we go up here, you can see I can use these toggles to go through all the different features. I keep forgetting to take this thing out of demo mode, so some stuff is not going to show up. But you can go through, you can edit the option pages, you can view things like brake pad life, distance till empty, your fuel economy. You can see me as I scroll through all that kind of stuff here. Most people, of course, will leave this thing on the home screen where you get your speed, distance till empty, And that little white square there is actually would show you what the speed limit is, depending on the area that you're in. Over here on the right, as we get into our center console, you can see we've got our 8-inch full-color GMC MyLink system, or GMC Intellilink system. It's the Chevy MyLink system. It's all the same thing. So AM, FM, XM, satellite radio. We've got Apple CarPlay. We've got Android Auto. You can see we've got a 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot. The navigation system in here works phenomenal, but I always like to let everybody know, since it's Apple CarPlay and Android Auto enabled, if you're a Wazer, I just think Waze is probably one of the best navigation systems. You can use Waze through the system, and it works phenomenally well. So if that's something that you're into and that you really like using, be happy that you have the integrations in order to do that. However, if you don't, the built-in navigation system does work phenomenal. It's very easy to read. It's very clear and concise. It's the timing for when it gives you what to turn. Like, let's say previous navigations, it would say turn right, and you've already gone past the right turn that it wanted you to take. You're not going to find that with this system. It's gotten very, very good over the years. Make sure if you take one for a test drive, enter in an address and send it. Actually test drive the navigation. I'll give you a quick peek just so you can see what the audio interface looks like. Pretty, standard. I don't have an antenna hooked up yet because this thing has not gone through the shop. For those that don't know, when a vehicle comes in, there's still some things that need to be added on. You can actually see the front plate bracket and the floor mats are all still wrapped up in plastic there. But here's a look at the layout for your audio system. You can see right now I'm on Sirius XM, going through the different stations. It's a nice look to it. Easy to pick what I want. We can go with we'll go with Kiss FM Los Angeles. Now I'm in. And anything that you want to set as favorites, you can see you can get your favorites right across the top there. I'm going to go back home, and let's go to camera. So you do have the backup camera, and that's what we're looking at here is the backup camera. And it does have the guidelines, so you can see as I turn it, the guides move along with me. You also have the hitch lineup, and then there's your hitch cam. So the hitch would be right here. You'd see it if you had the ball hitch in. Make it nice and easy so that you could line up a trailer without driving yourself too crazy. You can, of course, control your climate control system from up here. You can also control the rear climate from here. However, I know I say it all the time, I am very happy that I still have my regular climate controls right below the Intellilink system, just because, well, I just like the ability to just quickly spin a knob as opposed to going in and actually selecting something. You do have apps. I suggest you go through the App Store. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do there. You can also set up your My GMC account through here, schedule service and things like that, all right through the system, which is really, really great. 8-inch GMC Intellilink system. Make sure you check it out when you take one for a test drive. Below that, we've got our climate control system that I already mentioned. I don't think we have to go through too much there. Your transmission gear selector right here. You can see we're in park, reverse, neutral, drive. Pretty easy. I know a lot of people, there's some pushback, but it does streamline and slim out your interior. You don't have a big column shifter or a console shifter in the way, so it does allow you to give more space for other things, which is nice. Down here low, if you can see, we've got a USB, a USB-C, we've got an SD card slot, and a power outlet. So once again, never a lack of places to plug in. This button here will turn on or off the auto start and stop feature. So the feature where you come up to a red light or a stop sign and the vehicle automatically shuts down, you can disable that if you're like me and you just don't really like it. However, if you want to save money on gas, keep it on. We've got our traction control, we've got our hazard lights, and our parking sensors on or off. I never really understand who turns the parking sensors on or off. I guess the only time I've ever seen anyone really turn that off is in trucks with a plow on the front, because the thing will never shut up. But I don't know. Does anyone, let me know in the comments below, does anyone actually turn off their parking sensors? You can see we've got a cup holder here. We've got our drive mode selector, so we can put the thing in whatever mode we want and adjust for whatever traction. I'm going to go here. You can see I just turned all-wheel drive mode on, sport mode, off-road mode, tow haul mode, two-wheel drive mode. You can see quickly, easily, all I'm doing is just spinning this little selector here. And we've also got our hill descent control right next to that, and our lane departure warning. So plenty of safety features built in here. We've got our heated seats. You can see I got that on right now. I'm staying nice and warm because it's like, it's actually not too bad today, 40 degrees. Inside, here's a look at our console. I don't think there's a power charger or anything in there. There is not. place to keep junk. Here's a look at your perforated leather seat. And one of my favorite things on the AT4 is not just the black with the basketball brown accents, stitching, and piping, but it's the AT4 logo embroidered into the headrest. I just think it looks really, really good. I actually prefer this vehicle in red. I probably should have taken it out. You can see it right out the door, or out the window right there. I just think it looks really good in red, especially with the red AT4 logo. You do have Bose audio in here, and above we've got our glass roof. We've got a place to keep some sunglasses. We've got our LED interior lighting, programmable garage door opener, and then of course our OnStar buttons overhead. And that, my good friends, is the rundown of this 2021 GMC Acadia AT4. Once, as always, I should say, I thank you all for watching, subscribing, and supporting my channel. If this video helped you at all, please consider subscribing and liking and commenting below. I'll find something else to shoot. I think I've got I think I spy a white 2500 Denali Duramax back there, so maybe that'll be the next video. But I gotta say, this AT4 is a beaut. I'm out of here. Take care. Thanks for watching.